Oh, hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is Andrea from Queen Bee Andrea. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I was just grooving to a little bit of the 80s. I will get started with what I'm listening to in the 80s. Walkmans were a big thing in the 80s, and so were headphones. And my outfit for the day, I am wearing these gloves because they were big in the 80s. So were these bangle bracelets. I used to have a bunch of these, but I don't have too many. These beaded necklaces were popular. I'm wearing my New Kids on the Block shirt because I was a big New Kids on the Block. And here's my leggings. You can tell, very 80s vibes. So today's video is an 80s theme Dollar Tree haul. I want to thank Rose from The Rose Life to ask me if I wanted to participate. And I said, yes, of course. Oh, and I did forget to show you my New Kids on the Block watch. I was so excited because I'm a big 80s buff. The rules were to, anybody can join this tag. It's open to anybody. I know, I think it was like Mimi Sparkles. She's the one, I think, it created it with her and Rose. So definitely go check them two channels out if you're not. I know a lot of people are affiliated with them already, so, but still go check them out. I will have their channels linked in the description box. I know there's like a list of people that is doing it. So let's get into it. I have more than 3 things that I am going to share for my 80s theme Dollar Tree haul. Alright. First thing that reminds me that I remember in the 80s is drinking lots of Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid was a big thing in the 80s that I remember. I know it's been out for like years and years and years. I don't know if I have the date on it. I was, you know, but I know this was out in the 80s. These sunglasses, which I'm gonna give them to my mom because she needed a pair because she couldn't find her pair. These were definitely big in the 80s, so I got those, and they didn't really have much at my Dollar Tree, so I had to just get these because I didn't have too much, like I said. Another thing that I got was this My Little Pony, because My Little Pony was definitely big in the 80s. I remember having My Little Pony, Rainbow Bright, Care Bears. Yeah, it was a big thing in the 80s. You know that I cannot leave without getting something in Barbie. So I got a Barbita Brush because this reminds me of the 80s. So I had to get that. I know that when I did like my research, I did like a research of like what makeup was out in the 80s, and I know CoverGirl was out in the 80s. I know Wet n Wild was out in the 80s. Maybelline was out in the 80s, but I didn't know if LA Color. It seems like I remember LA Color was out in the 80s, which I'm wearing this blush right now that I got because I love it, because it does remind me of the 80s. I remember the 80s, you wore like really bright colors, so I got this LA Color blush. So I got that. Bubblegum was absolutely my favorite candy in the whole world, and this was like one of the ones that I would always get So this was definitely a big thing that reminds me of the 80s. Another thing that reminded me of the 80s, I just got like a couple more things. Yeah, I just got a couple more things. The rest of the stuff is like new, but I want to make this like an 80s theme, so I'll show the rest of the stuff in like another Dollar Tree haul. But another thing that I got in the 80s, I do remember stickers and stuff like that being big in the 80s. These were new, and I was excited to see these. So I got these because of that boom box. I remember having a boom box like that. And then, you know, just reminded me of the 80s. And then another thing that reminded me of the 80s, these were new, these were really pretty, was Croissant Nails. Croissant Nails remind me of the 80s. I remember, you know, putting them on, but when we had Croissant Nails, we didn't have, I don't think that glue stuff came out. It was like more like the sticky tabs. So I remember always going to the store and buying Croissant Nails. I love it. So I just want to say thank you, Rose, for asking me to participate in this. I had so much fun. Thank you so much. I will have Rose and Miami Sparkles channels listed in my description box. So, you know, if you're new, you know, go check them out. Now, if you're new, feel free to hit the subscribe button because I would love to have you here. And another thing, if you comment, there might be a little surprise. So I don't know. So you might want to comment. So I hope everybody is doing good and being safe and take care. And I'll see you guys soon with another video. Much love. Mwah.